When you have Nazriya and Basil in a movie, I'm the first one to go for that, especially for my Nasu. But in a crime investigation movie, that's interesting. Welcome, guys. Welcome, everybody, to Blockbuster. I'm your host, AJ, and we're here to review Sookshmadarshini. And I didn't have kind of any expectation on this movie. It was literally because of the cast. When I saw Basil Nasriya's promotions, the song in it, which is pretty good, I like that piece. But with the trailer, it turned into like an investigation crime thriller movie, which piqued my interest, especially to have Nasriya play this role was something different because, truth be told, guys, Nasriya is always a bubbly, lovey dovey, cute, adorable person, and she always does that role. You all know about it, right? So to take on a bit more serious investigation kind of role was different. And this movie is directed by MC Jitin. He also is one of the writers as well. And right at the back, initial reaction is nothing mind blowing, nor is it bad. I just had a good time with it, to be honest, because I liked a couple of takes in the way how the movie is showcased. And it's funny that I mentioned, okay, I went for the cast, but truth be told, this is just my opinion. And when I heard Shazam review this movie, he also told the same thing about Nasriya's character. Wanted it to be played by somebody else with a bit more power packed and aggression and stuff like that. And when he told that, I was like, talking about my Nazu. But I kind of agree with him based on what I saw, mainly because of the storyline. So let's talk about the storyline first. I can't reveal much because there's a lot of plots, there's a lot of twists a bit. It kind of takes place in like this neighborhood in a community there where Basil comes back to his home, his kind of mini tarwar that he has. In this day and age, every neighbor has a WhatsApp group chat and it's just conversations, gossip, and all that stuff. So everybody gets the news, and his kind of intentions and the way how he's interacting is friendly and stuff like that. But also, there's a bit of suspicion in a way with the way how he does stuff. To see Basil act kind of like a psycho in this, because usually he's the comedic essence, and he's always the Ulatram thing that he does is always great. But in this, it's more of he's on a mission, right? I can't reveal much aside from that, but as you're seeing the story unfold, it's not like you're going to be surprised. You will know about the plot as the movie goes by. The acts that he does, and Nazria's character, the way how it's portrayed, is she's always had this mind of being this investigating kind of person and always wants to poke her nose into, let's say, I would say everything. She just wants to know about everything, wants to make sure everything is good. She does a bunch of digging around, notices a couple of things that not the other folks, everybody else brushes her off and say, you're just overreacting. Mind your own business, right? Basically. The movie goes along with those components, but your basic character is manual. And he does these suspicious acts, keeps going in and out, calculating stuff, stalking a couple of folks and stuff like that. So all of that triggers Nazriya, who's played by Priya, and she goes through this investigation, right? So, and it unfolds into multiple components. For the most part, who the kind of antagonist is, and because of manual psychological behavior, you will know what the intentions are. So that piece was predictable in terms of the storyline, but what I didn't predict was kind of the twist at the end. There is, of course, a twist, like a climax on the reveal, right? You might think, oh, this is happening for X reason, and this is why he or the group is doing all of this, but it's something else. If you're going to expect this to be like the next Kishkinda or something, no. I want everybody to know Kishkinda is here, Oscar worthy. Think of this as its own good movie range. But the way how it's executed is good. And the reason on why I say maybe the cast was kind of wrong is there's a couple of scenes where you need somebody who's a bit more aggressive. I don't picturize Nazriya to be that. Right? So is Nazriya to be this lovey-dovey character all the time with love stories and bubbly all the time. And when she tries to do it, she does the job. All of the supporting characters and the actors here does their job in the best way possible, but it doesn't like get to you in a couple of scenes. Nothing to take away from what Basil and Nazriya brought to the table. I think they did a good job. It was a good different take on, at least on Nazriya's character, where she's doing something a bit more serious. The other piece was the shots. There's a couple of scenes where the intensity, a bit gripping as well. It's like, oh, is she going to get caught while investigating? There's a couple of scenes. The director has done a good job in driving you till there and keeping you on edge, which is perfect. And those are the things that actually makes this movie interesting. I would say it's a good time. If you always want to watch these these two great actors pursue different kind of roles in a different kind of storyline, because you might think, oh, it's going to be just a comedy and stuff like that. No, it's a bit more serious. The reasoning at the end is a bit dark in terms of how it's carried forward and the reason behind all of these components that unfold. That's a bit dark, so be prepared for that. With the director having those sequences and shots of building up these investigation moments as well as intensities and getting you on edge. Seeing Nazriya and Basil on screen is always a treat to watch. They did a good job. I need to give kudos to the supporting cast. There's a couple of moments where you definitely have a good time in terms of laughing and having a joyride with them in those scenes. If you want to rate this movie, I think it's more around, I would give it a 3. But for the folks who watch Sookshmadarshini, let me know in the comments, did you think it's a lot more better than what I'm saying? Or was it below expectations? As always, guys, be sure to like, subscribe, and share.